talk about one of my favorite and least favorite topics, the gender wealth gap. Women's median earnings are less than men's, no matter what occupation. And women earn less than men in every single country. That sounds pretty bleak, right? We talk openly about the gender pay gap, but we rarely discuss the gender wealth gap, which arguably, and in my opinion, is far more important. So today, we're here to talk about the gender wealth gap. So what is the gender pay gap? The gender pay gap is the amount of money that women earn in comparison to men, cents on the dollar. The gender wealth gap, on the other hand, calculates how much money women have versus how much money men have. And the reason that this is important is because it factors in how much wealth is lost by women over periods of time when they have children or step back from work to raise their children, or simply due to the fact that, frankly, they're earning less on every dollar than men, and therefore accumulating fewer assets over the long haul. The most common way of discussing the gender pay gap is in terms of cents. It may inadvertently obscure the true impact on working women over time. A woman working full-time earned around $19,000 less than a man in her same position in 2018, and that is across all races. If this pay gap were to remain unchanged throughout her career, this woman would earn $773,000 less than a man in the same position over the period of 40 years. It is a fact of life that women have babies. Women also take more career breaks than men due to physical impact these major life changes have, along with the parenting responsibilities that follow. And although many employers have begun to enact policies for paid parental leave, one reality really persists. Women are often the ones compromising and adjusting their schedules when conflicts arise with work, with children, or with family. Society has not evolved in a way that support women since they entered the workforce in large numbers. No systems have been instituted to help women juggle the caretaking duties that society traditionally views as being a woman's job. As of 2018, women only made up 5% of Fortune 500 CEOs. So what does the wealth gap have to do with a prenup? Well, let's go into my favorite example, alimony. So again, you ask, how does alimony relate to a prenup? Isn't a prenup generally bad for the lower earning spouse? That may be the perception, but it's far from reality. A prenup allows couples to contract around their state's divorce laws. And this means that although, yes, a prenuptial agreement can deprive a party of rights that they would otherwise receive under state law had they not entered the prenup, it also means the opposite. So, do you want to create your own financial arrangement that is more fair for you or your spouse if you both agree that spouse may need to stay home and raise the children at some point? You can do that. One could make the argument that alimony has been gender neutral since the 1970s, and so therefore men too could be the recipients of alimony. But the reality persists. As of 2014, 97% of alimony recipients were women. Now, I don't want you to think this is a conversation about how the calculation for alimony should be changed. It is not. What I'm saying is that having a prenup allows you and your spouse to decide how you want alimony to be calculated, if at all, and that's really where the power lies. Being able to decide for yourselves what's best for you as a couple, depending on what your life plans may consist of.